Oh, Cali, baby, what makes you look so good? Oh, Cali, baby, what makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could?
All right, there's that 3-chord song that introduces us to Ocala Magazine Radio and your beautiful effervescent host, Kelly Hart. Good morning, Kelly. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
How's everything in your world?
It is wonderful. Thank you for asking.
You're such a positive person. I think effervescent is a good word for you, actually.
I love it.
I think you're the only person I've ever called effervescent.
You're definitely the only person that's ever called me effervescent.
Of course, Dan tried to convince me that had to do with Alka-Seltzer and not with human personalities, but I disagree.
It's bubbly.
It's bubbly.
Okay?
That's what it is.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you have it. No, I love it. That's great. I want it on my tombstone.
Oh, no, wait, many years in the future.
Many years, of course.
You're contributing too much right now. See, I'm selfish. I don't want you gone because you actually enhance our lives.
Thank you. I'm glad you don't want me gone. Thank you very much. I'm really excited about our show today because we have talked about in the past the Ocala Magazine's Best of the Best Awards, and we wrapped up all of our charity registry talk last week, and I said we were going to shift our focus this week to our Best of the Best Awards, which have begun. I am happy to say that we have record votes this year.
All
so
right.
we have more people going on at an earlier point in
That's great.
I mean, people are all over it. And the way that for people that don't know, let me just explain this, how it works, because we get bombarded every single year with how does this work? How do you get on the list? Is it solely advertisers? And it's not. There's 50 categories, 5 people in each category. We would love to be able to put every business and every contributing person, and we would love to be able to do that. However, it's just unrealistic. So it works one of 2 ways. People nominate people throughout the year. I'm already getting messages from people for next year.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, they open the magazine, they're like, hey, there's Best Barber, and I know a really great barber who's not on the list.
Right.
So we've already started compiling next year's list. So if you know somebody who is a great business professional, who is in business in Ocala or Marion County, and who you think is not just a great representative of their business, but somebody within the community, please let us know. You can always email any of us at Ocala Magazine, and it will ultimately come back to me, and I've already got my list going. So we encourage that. And then secondly, the Ocala Magazine itself has a committee. So we take all of these nominations, and we sit around and we say, okay, are these people at this point still in business?
Yeah, that's a
because
good element.
sometimes we get nominations, now, and then sadly by next year they're no longer in business. So obviously that would be an issue. So we sit around, are these people still in business? And, if we have more than 5 nominations, we really start breaking it down. Who's doing a lot in the community? Who does, who has not just maybe one service within their business, but multiple things? So, for example, not just coffee, but live music and different charity events and salsa lessons, and so things like that. So it breaks down, and there is a process. And there is this misconception sometimes that, it's all their advertisers. As much as we would love for 50 categories of 5 people to all be advertising with us,
right.
It just simply isn't the case. And I think people can vouch, hey, I was listed in there. I don't advertise.
Right.
So there is no correlation. What I like to say is perhaps it's because when they've advertised with Ocala Magazine, it's given them exposure and boosted business, and therefore it's made them a better business. So that's my plug.
And it's probably true.
That is my plug.
Makes sense, yeah.
Absolutely. So we're always excited about the best of the best. It's really meaningful to businesses. It is not a paid thing. It is like our 40 under 40. It literally comes down to nominations, and then people decide. It's not a paid for thing. That's also a folklore. So I want to clear that up so people know it's legit. And we would like to have everybody on the list. It's unrealistic and it's impossible. But please send us nominations, because there's only so many of us Ocala Magazine minions out in the community, so we don't know.
Yes.
We don't know everybody. We want to know everybody. So please let us know your nominations. Once we compile our list, it goes to an outsourced company who does the entire survey.
Oh, really?
We don't know until we get the final tally back who has won. Although every once in a while I'll get an email, hey, it's really close, this category is really close, but I never know until the end who it is. So it's even fun for us because we don't know. And we don't want people to think that we're sitting there keeping score, because that could be questionable as well. So it's very professionally run, and it's very legit. And I think people are happy with that for the most part. One of our categories this year is Best Coffee House. So this morning I have invited all 5 of the people in that category to join us. I do know it's the morning time, and so it was hard for some of them to get away. The nominations for Best Coffee House are Chelsea Coffee, Cup of the Irish, Great American Coffee Roasters, BD Beans, and Starbucks. And in studio, we have Cup of the Irish, and we have Great American Coffee Roasters. And unfortunately, the other 3 were not able to be here, but what I would like to do to try to make it as fair as possible is, if anyone is listening who is a regular at Chelsea Coffee, Starbucks, or BD Beans that would like to call and give a testimony
there you go.
for the great service and things that those companies do, I'd love to have you call. The number is 622-WOCA. So please feel free to chime in on their behalf to make it as fair as possible. But moving along, first I want to introduce you to Steve Durand. Steve is one of the owners at the Great American Coffee Roasters here in Ocala. And good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
And I know that you guys just recently moved.
Yes, we did.
There's been a lot of people, I know, where'd they go? I was one of them. On Facebook, I drove by, I said, oh my gosh, where'd they go? And so tell us now where you are and how that move has helped your business.
We were located at 816 South Magnolia on the S-turn, and an opportunity arose for us to move closer to downtown. We are now in the old Ocala National Bank building, which is called the Sovereign Building. At one time was the Hotel Marion. We are in the lobby next to the Mojo Ballroom. Would you give a shout out to Rondo and Toby? Thank you very much. We do food. We have breakfast and lunch now, and we are still, we've moved our roasting facility out to Spar. So we are roasting our beans out in Spar. I think on the ground now we have about 1,800 pounds of green coffee.
Wow.
From India, Indonesia, Africa, Central, South America. We're excited about the new location. We're excited about the old building. It's just the neatest place.
It's a great building.
Yeah, it's really, really neat place. So we're at 108 North Magnolia, 1 block north and 1 block west of the square, right next to the courthouse.
Very good. And there's a lot of business people down there. I would assume that you probably get a lot of your courthouse people and your annex people that would walk over even midday and say, I need
We've
some coffee.
been very well received by the legal community. They've been very, 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 very kind to us, and we're just so excited about how they've received us and their support.
That's
it's been
great.
Fantastic.
Now, how did you get in the coffee business?
I've been in manufacturing administration all my adult life.
Okay.
Coffee was not my thing. I married this beautiful blonde girl, and she's been roasting coffee for a long time. She actually had her own little business in Hinton, West Virginia, and that's just like 4,000 people in the mountains in West Virginia. And she started this little home coffee roasting business, and she was just doing deliveries where she'd go by and stick their coffee in their mailbox. And for me, if coffee was, it's like a mud puddle to me. I didn't care. I drink anything. Yeah. and the store, and actually what happened was I went to the store and I brought home a bag, and it was like chock full of nuts or something like that. And I had been shopping, and I set it on the counter, and she walked by, picked it up, and threw it in the garbage.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what's that about? And
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, and so she took me out in the garage and pulled these boxes and pulled all this stuff out, pulled out this little coffee roaster, and she had a bag of Colombian Supremo, and she roasted some coffee, and she made me a cup, and she said, and I was like, wow. So some things in our lives progressed and went on, and we found ourselves, both of us, unemployed, and we were like, what are we going to do? So we said, let's go do coffee.
Yes.
So we immersed ourselves in that. We looked into roasting. We went to some really great roasting schools, and I immersed myself in the coffee business, in the coffee industry, and learned everything that I could. And we hit the ground running, and that's we've been at it now November will be our 3rd year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. And tell us, what are some things on your menu other than coffee?
Other than coffee, we do everything's based off of a really great, what you would call kind of like a salad cart. So in the morning we do custom omelets, breakfast sandwiches, all based off of some 20 or 30 different ingredients
Wow.
that are available. And then in the lunch we do sandwiches, wraps, custom salads. We don't do any French fries or anything. We don't have a grill or hot grease trap. We don't have
Okay.
any of that. And everything's pretty much just healthy, fresh, kind of food, stuff like that. We, of course, do smoothies, protein shakes. We also, one of the things that we offer is, as far as I know, we're one of the only facilities that offers green coffee extract.
Okay.
Not green, ground up green Café Robusta in gel tabs, but we actually grind organic green coffee and we pull it as an espresso, and then we mix it with local organic honey. And the benefits of green coffee extract, most people in the fitness industry really know about those things. So that's one of the things that we've really been working towards. We're also getting ready to launch into the big, we're looking at moving into a more commercial aspect of our business.
Okay.
So we're moving forward.
Very good.
Thank you.
And we'll come back and talk about maybe other things that you guys do on location or things that you're thinking about doing in the future. I want to move along to the Cup of the Irish. We have Clint Lewis with us and Tammy Dunseith. Did I say that right?
You said it very good.
Okay, beautiful. I don't know why I'm struggling with that, but
It's phonetically just perfect. You did
okay,
perfect.
wonderful.
Thank you.
And you guys are with Cup of the Irish, and tell us about Cup of the Irish and some of the things that you guys offer.
Well, Cup of the Irish. Well, we offer, we call ourselves a European coffee shop.
Okay.
We love all drinks. And so we specialize in our coffees, our espressos, our loose leaf teas, our healthy smoothies, protein drinks, beer, and wine. So we are a great place to start your day and a great place to end your day. We also like to do, and I think, thank you for mentioning salsa lessons. We do things in the evening just to kind of make it fun. We really feel like we're a gathering place. And so we really enjoy people gathering, enjoying fun things together. And the best part is that you can have, your glass of wine, your draft Guinness, and a great smoothie. And so there's something for everybody.
Now, how many people come in and order a beer before 8 a.m.?
It is surprising, actually. Right now, like, we're celebrating Arthur Guinness Day yesterday and today.
Okay.
And we have had a pretty good sellout, by 7 a.m. when we open, people
Wow.
coming in for a Guinness. So it's packed full of iron
Wow.
and packed full of, it's got less calories than orange juice, full of different vitamins and minerals, and so it's a health drink.
I'm sold now. I'm going
Yeah.
to start having beer with breakfast.
Maybe they're in Ireland time. Maybe they're still in Ireland.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll have a Guinness
It's the
with
5
my
o'clock
omelet.
somewhere syndrome, right?
I guess.
That's right.
That's great. No, that's really funny. And the salsa lessons, I have done those. In fact, at one point, Angie and I were the only ones out on the dance floor having a good time. I am not good at salsa. I know that now. There's confirmation in that, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, there was people there doing the salsa lessons or just getting together with friends, kind of like a girls' night out type thing, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys also do trivia too. What nights?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Tuesday we do trivia nights
Okay.
with Tom Schmitz here at WOCA, right?
Oh,
So
Tom.
of course that's great.
Yes.
We have live music usually Friday and Saturday as well, and we like to get people who play the original stuff. There's not a lot of venues that do that. Mostly it's Tom Petty and all that, which is great, but it's also a great place for people to come sing their original stuff.
That's great.
So we love that.
That is great. And I know you guys have a really great lunch menu too. So tell us about some of the stuff that you can get at lunchtime.
Well, like Steve, we really believe in fresh and healthy stuff, so I'm really excited for you guys to have that service. It's awesome. I'm kind of coveting your kitchen, but good on you. Good job. That's a market that people in Ocala love to eat healthy. So our lunch menu consists of, good wraps, fast wraps. We try to do an Irish spin. Ruben's from Ireland, and we really like to stay with the Irish theme. People love Irish stuff, and we want to take the Irish stuff, incorporate it into our foods as well. So we have we do crazy things like a nice healthy chicken wrap, and we throw in Irish cheddar, and then we put Guinness in our barbecue sauce just to make it even that much better.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so. We offer bacon meatball subs, and we originally started with Irish bacon, but Americans like streaky bacon, and that's great. So we do those kind of things for lunch. We have salads. We do spinach salads, and so that would be our lunch. And our dinners, we try to offer more traditionally Irish foods like shepherd's pie and bangers and mash. And
Nice.
Yes.
And now tell me how you guys got involved in the coffee world.
Well, we started, and Clint should tell you how he joined us, but
Okay.
because he's a blessing, and Angie and Clint are just probably the best gift that we could have ever been given. But we lived in Liberia before we moved to Ocala, and in Liberia we were so blessed to have trees that had coffee, and we would pick our own coffee, dry it. The locals taught us how to dry it,
Wow.
roast it over coals, and brew our own coffee. And when we moved back to the States 4 years ago, we were just missing really great fresh coffee. Now that's before American Roasters came to town. And we love coffee. We love the idea of having an atmosphere where we can just share. We love people. So the best things to do is offer great fresh coffee. And Ruben, being from Ireland, knows how to, he's not found the best poured Guinness ever in the United States. So he's like, I can do this. So we decided to incorporate the love of everything and offer great hospitality on top of it all.
That's
so
great.
that's where we began. And then Clint joined us a year later.
Yes. In March, I came on, was a customer from day one with Cup of the Irish. Me and Angie like to go anywhere new and try everything when they open, right? Fell in love with the place. And as Steve said, once you start drinking good coffee, it's really kind of hard to drink anything else. So you kind of get spoiled. So when you go on a trip or vacation, you're always kind of looking for a little coffee shop somewhere to get that good stuff. So just as a customer, became great friends with them. They started looking for a partner. It's like, yeah, this sounds like a lot of fun. So we kind of joined in and are having a blast.
It was for the free coffee, just admit it.
Yeah, it's for the free coffee.
It was just for the free coffee.
Angie, yes, and Angie, she wants to just play and do salsa every time, so we needed
Yes.
her to be your partner.
Absolutely.
Salsa lessons, so it's awesome.
And what I love about all the locations that are a part of the categories are that it's not like you guys are all in the same spot, and so it's who do I go to today, or it's so great because you guys are on the opposite side of town that Great American is. BD Beans is in Bellevue, and then Chelsea Coffee is northeast, closer to Publix 40 East, and of course Starbucks is right downtown. Although they're a chain and not locally owned, so of course we like to always encourage buy local. So that's all I'll say about that. But I like how you guys, so no matter where you are, you can stop by, hey, I'm at work today, so I want to run over downtown, grab a coffee from Great American. I'm at home, I live southeast, so let me go into Cup of the Irish and get the whiskey chicken salad that you guys have. That's one of my very favorites. Yes. So it's very diverse, and I like even the settings. I'll advocate a little bit here for a moment for the people that could not be here. BD Beans is an amazing, I'm sure you guys have also been there. It's in Bellevue. It's such an amazing little place. I know it's been around for years. I know even back when I was in junior college, BD Beans was around. And I think, I don't know the exact history other than just being a customer, but it started off as coffee and eventually evolved into chicken salad croissants and some really delicious salads. And what I love most about BD Beans is the atmosphere. The lady that owns it is super cool, and it's just the most eclectic, funky little vignettes of artwork and mannequin parts and rope lights, and I think there's like a cow head that might have sparkles on it. I mean, it's really so when you're in there, you feel like you're inside of some kind of piece of artwork. Plus, you're enjoying some delicious coffee and maybe some of the best chicken salad I've ever had. So there's a benefit, if you're in Bellevue, please stop by and give them a try if you haven't. Chelsea Coffee, I don't know the current owners well, but I did know Cynthia Rose quite well before she sold it and lived closer to that side of town, and so I would frequent there. And I mean, that is just an amazing little place. It's always nice, friendly, quiet. Every time you go in there's somebody on a couch reading a book, having their coffee, and they have extended their hours, I noticed, from when they first opened, and now they're staying open later and serving some food. And what is it, moon pies or whoopie pies or something along those lines? I see their sign out front, and I'm not exactly sure. Isn't that the marshmallow?
Marshmallow is a moon
and then
pie,
it's dipped in a
chocolate?
chocolate
or vanilla
something.
banana.
I see them when I go in there, and they look delicious. But I'm afraid then, if I
be
try
hooked
one
on
and
it.
it's good, I'll keep eating them. And
Nothing worse than an addiction to moon pie.
I know, especially if I'm
Yeah,
already
that's
going to
pretty
start
rough.
drinking Guinness before 8 a.m. I can't. I have to pick
Guinness and
one
moon
thing at a
pies.
time. And then, of course, I'll advocate for Starbucks for a little bit. Starbucks has been around for several years downtown, and I can remember at one time when the building was cursed. No one could stay in the building. Nothing will ever last in this building.
Right.
It's been so many things,
Right,
that building.
right.
And Starbucks moved in, and it's a fantastic little place to get together with friends, have coffee. I know a lot of people that meet for business. It's a central place to meet, so it's very convenient. And Wi-Fi. Do you guys offer Wi-Fi at your businesses? It's something about coffee and Wi-Fi that go hand in hand. It's like you can't really do work, I guess, unless you're having a coffee. Or if you're drinking your coffee, it's cool to be, on the laptop. I don't know what it is about coffee and Wi-Fi, but
People can come to a coffee shop and pretend they're working.
Right.
They tell the
That's
boss,
what
I'm
I
going to my
do.
other office, and
that's what I do all
Really
day.
just look at
Don't
YouTube.
tell,
No.
don't tell Linda, but yeah, I'm just drinking coffee and pretending to work all day. No, she knows better than that. But I wanted to go back to Great American because we talked about some of the things that you guys do, like live music and salsa lessons. Do you guys do anything outside of that, or are you looking to now that you've moved and you have a different location?
We are. When we were at our other location, we had a lot of classes we did. We had our program, Coffee and the Constitution, where we taught American history, and
Oh, wow.
we had our meetings on Thursday nights. That's still continuing, and that's over at the Grace Presbyterian Church. We're opening an espresso bar in the Pronto Pizza on Silver Springs Boulevard by Walmart with Sam and Lisa. Shout out to them at Pronto. They've been really good friends. And
We love Pronto
so we're putting a little espresso bar in there for them. We're working more towards getting our bean business out there. Our coffee's available at Cuvée, Braised Onion, Micanopy Cafe, a lot of places like that. Now that we're downtown, though, we want to be involved in all of the things that go on downtown. We're only a block off the square, so Friday, October 4th, will be our first Friday Art Walk. We'll be involved with that.
Yes.
We're going to do a pop-up art gallery in the lobby of our building.
that'll
And
be
we'll have
fun.
some people there playing music and hay
That'll be
bales
a lot
and
of fun.
pumpkins. And the theme for First Friday Artwork, if I could plug for downtown and the Downtown Business Alliance, is scarecrows. So all the businesses have to make a scarecrow, and then people get to go around and judge the scarecrows and see all the different scarecrows. There's a fantastic boutique in our building, Flaunt, the new
Yes.
boutique. She's got some really
Flaunt
cool
is
stuff.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're really excited about that, and we're trying to draw as much business for her. Our big
Perfect.
thing is to pull people across Silver Springs Boulevard and to move them into that part. I know that you have a business venture up on that end of town, and that's exciting. We're excited about that.
Yes.
And so our big thing is just to get involved. We are open on Saturdays now for those people that go to the farmers market.
Good.
We'll have a presence at the farmers market, we think. And then as the weather cools down and the city lights up, I would say, then we'll be open in the evenings. We have to temper that because the ballroom and us are kind of interconnected in a way. So if there's a huge wedding, but then we may not be able
Oh, gotcha.
currently. So,
Okay, I
so
see.
we're working around the logistics of that.
Very
but
good.
we plan to be a big presence downtown this holiday season. Involved,
Good.
and we are members of the DBA, so we're involved in everything that goes on downtown now.
Very good. Well, we are certainly happy at Ocala Magazine to have working relationships with all of you guys and to have you listed on our best of the best. And I want to wish all of you guys luck. But before we go, I do want you to have an opportunity to tell people if they want to get in touch with you or check out your websites, any web addresses that you might have, so they can learn some more information about you.
Sure. The Cup of the Irish.com or just the Cup Ocala. You know,
Okay.
everyone knows how to find it. We have a website. Also, it kind of shows specials. We have an events page on there, so it's cool to see who's playing and when and
Oh,
what events
good.
we have going on. So that's probably the best way to
A
reach
lot
us.
of fun. Okay. And then Great American.
We're www.greatamericancoffeeroasters.com. We have a pretty big social media presence, Facebook and places like that. People can find us. If you want to know what we're doing, our Facebook page is pretty much
Awesome.
tells you what we do.
Very good. And I want to encourage everybody to go to ocalamagazine.com, and there is a link there to take the survey for our best of the best. Go through. It only takes a few minutes, and vote for your favorite businesses and help support those local businesses who have worked really, really hard to get on that list. Some of them are there from last year and the year before because they continue to work hard to stay on that list. And so we want to make sure everybody is being supported. And if you have not gone to visit any of these local coffee houses, please do so. It's amazing coffee. It's fresh. It's supporting local business. You know, it's always about buying local. And next week we will have another set of nominees so that we can talk about a totally different category. And we certainly appreciate everybody that supports Ocala Magazine and has been voting. And one last question before we go. Is there such a thing as coffee delivery? Like to businesses?
We actually deliver downtown.
Okay, just planting that seed. Notice, because Ocala Magazine is we love coffee. And it certainly would be nice to just have a nice, be able to call in and get us all some lattes or something delivered.
I'm sure if you called either Steve or us, we'd make it happen for you, Kelly.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, I would say pretty much that'll happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to get everybody on board with
I
the
just
magazine.
have one thing to interject. Dan sent me a message on the computer. Sunday, the 29th, is National Coffee Day, just so you know.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
okay. Every day is National Coffee Day.
For us, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. Best of luck. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Larry, for having us.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you.
We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
Blow your mind. I've been all around, coast to coast. Baby, I believe that you're the most Ocala, baby. What makes you look so good? Ocala, baby. What makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could? Yeah.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. Passengers on a Houston to Seattle flight were told they were making an emergency landing. They weren't told until later they'd landed in Boise. One of the pilots suffered an in-flight heart attack and later died at a hospital. It could soon be okay to keep e-reading or playing Angry Birds during takeoff and landing. An advisory